Step number 3 in creating a CMA wizard is adjustments. Now, you may or may not utilize this step. However, if you feel that there are improvements or the client is going to let you know that they've made a lot of improvements to their home or even minor improvements, determining the value of that improvement is kind of subjective as well. You may consider speaking to your broker or perhaps even your peers in the area who've also sold homes where there have been pretty much the same areas of the home that has been remodeled. So there are factors that you definitely want to consider in this step as far as performing adjustments are concerned. Periodically throughout this entire CMA wizard, you'll want to click on Save. The system does not save along the way, so you want to remember after completing each step just to click on the Save button right there. Manual adjustment. The system does allow you to bring in some manual adjustments if you want, and we'll take a look at that. You can even retrieve any saved adjustments that you might have. You can customize the fields the system brings in for you, and then at the end you can generate your presentation. If you want to go back to the preferences wizard and make any changes accordingly, you can. Also, the system is going to display right here the first photo. We don't want to get these numbers here confused with the numbers that we see up here. In previous steps, when I performed the search, I selected 6 properties. So to go from one property to the next, I click on Next Comp, not from the entire list of 22 properties, which was the result of my search. In this header, you see where it says Property Features. These are the header features that the system is bringing in automatically for you. Then it provides information regarding the subject property. Of course, yours would be more involved than what I have. And then it brings you this information that we see over here for the first comparable property that we brought in this image. At this point, I may consider, as I scroll down and look at these additional property features, that there is a feature of my subject property that I don't see in this list. Let's say, for example, this property had a remodeled kitchen, but it's not here as a feature, and I do want to bring that in. So I would come here to the manual adjustment, and here in the description area, I would type in remodeled kitchen. And then at that point, that would be included in my list of information. If I want to add any other adjustments, uh, any additional features, I can if I want, but it's just one that I added there. I may want to add another one. So I'm going to click on manual adjustment again, and it gives me another field here where I could put in anything else that I feel would be very important for the property. So again, you're just kind of following suit with as many additional adjustments that you want to make. Please keep in mind this is somewhat subjective, and you do want to consider speaking with your broker in terms of how you determine an adjustment that you're going to provide if you choose to use this feature. So let's say, for example, my property has a remodeled kitchen, but this property does not. So again, in speaking with my broker, I would determine what the value of that would be. And this is, again, not carved in stone. We're looking at ballpark information because at the end of this presentation, it gives a disclaimer so that the information is not carved in stone for you. But let's say that the value of the remodeled kitchen, and we're just throwing in numbers right now, folks. I'm going to put in 25,000. Notice I have no punctuation there at all. So right now we know, as we look at the price, that the list price of this property is $825, and there have been no adjustments yet, so the adjusted price is still $825. But watch what happens when I click out of this box. Now the adjusted price is $850. So what we're saying is if this property had a remodeled kitchen like mine, The adjusted price could be $850, so my objective is to make this property look like my subject property in value. That's what we're doing here. Let's say for the new paint outside, I gave that $30,000. Again, watch the adjusted price. Now it's being raised to $880, not changing what the price is actually listed for. We know it's listed at $825. But again, if this property had the improvements of my subject property, having this look like my property in value with the improvements that I have, it could potentially be worth $880,000. So I'm making these properties look like mine in value. And then I could move forward to my next comp. Remember, you click here on the next comparable that was selected. And again, the system is just simply going to display all the information for you regarding this property. It was another active. So I'm just going to move forward until I get to one of the sold properties that I selected. And here's one. Alrighty. So for this, I'm just going to go ahead and follow suit by putting in numbers. But again, make sure that you are aware of this property. You've seen this property, and so you know how it compares to yours. So if you feel again, you have a remodeled kitchen, and perhaps this one does as well, but yours is of more value, that is determined, then maybe you want to give 20,000 to the value of your remodeled kitchen. Okay, and this one has a, let's say, a new paint job outside like yours, so you don't give any to that. But for this sold property, do keep in mind that it truly did sell for $675. But if it looked like ours in value, we could adjust to $695. And then you just move forward for your other properties that you compared and follow in the same flow. This concludes my presentation on step 3 of the CMA Wizard, adjustments. Thank you.